What's up, y'all? So I'm back for another video, and as you can tell by the title, today we're talking about high school. Also, if you're in college or middle school, all this stuff still applies. So I'm not gonna ramble about it. If you want to see these tips and tricks, keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about was drama. So what I have to say about that is stay out of it, clear of it, because a lot of people in high school don't really care about their grades or anything else that they might be involved in. So all they have left to do is just talk about other people. But you do not want to do that, clearly, because you're watching this video. So put your energy into your grades, put your energy into your clubs, your friends, other things like that. Don't sit there and talk about the next person. And if you do find yourself being the topic of the school at that moment, relax, it'll be over in a week. Somebody else will be the next topic. Also, kind of in the drama realm, I wanted to talk about popularity. Don't stress about that either. So whoever might be at the top of the school right now, when y'all leave high school, everything is gonna change. So don't be sitting there stressed because you want to be in the popular crowd, or you feel like an outcast or a nerd or whatever. All that changes. As soon as you graduate, nothing matters anymore. Nobody is worried about, oh, so-and-so is so popular and pretty, I wish. No. Everybody goes their separate ways to college or to whatever else you might be doing, and that's that. You're gonna start forgetting names, forgetting people that you have beef with, all this stuff. It don't matter. What does matter is having a good support system around you and focusing on yourself. So yeah, next. Okay, so I wanted to touch on dating in high school too. So I know a lot of people say don't do it, but I'm not gonna say that at all. I feel like when you date somebody, you learn so much about yourself. And I'm not saying you can't learn stuff about yourself on your own. I'm just saying from experience, when you are dating somebody, it's easy to realize your toxic traits, their toxic traits, things that you want to grow on, your highlights as a person, as a girlfriend or a boyfriend. So I encourage it. Now, I'm not telling you to go date around, just date anybody, but I'm saying if you do like somebody and you want to go there with them, do it. It's high school. These are memories. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself, but do not make that person your main priority. At the end of the day, your education should always be top, and yourself, obviously, like your mental health, your well-being. Don't sit there and make somebody the top of everything. Like, you want to talk to them before you do your homework, before you do your sports practices, your club meetings. No. If you can't prioritize things with that person, you're not ready. So yeah, if you want to date somebody, just do it. Just make sure you have all your other stuff in a line. Okay, and then also friends. You might have a bunch of them right now, or you might have a few. Regardless of how many you have, it's going to change. And that's just the sad truth about high school. So people start drifting, taking different classes, joining different clubs and things like that, and y'all might have been thick as thieves, but when it comes down to it, you're most likely gonna lose a lot of your friends. Like, people switch up all the time. People grow, yes, you should always want to grow into a better version of yourself, but people also do switch up, so be able to note the difference. And yeah, it sucks, you might want to let it cry out about it or be sad for a second, but the next day it's time to move forward. Why am I holding this? But yes, accept it for what it is, move forward, it happens to the best of us. Okay, so you should also join clubs if you can. And the reason I say if you can is because if you're super into your books and then also do a sport or something, it is going to be hard to do clubs, but do it. So in high school, I did cheerleading, tennis, Interact Club, Key Club, Spanish Club, every club you could think of, I was in it. I was in my sports, and I always had a 4.0. So I'm saying that to say that it is doable. Not only for the experience and the fun that you can have in these clubs, but also for college. So if you're out here with a great GPA, you're doing sports, you're doing clubs, that looks great for college apps. Because in college, you're gonna have to multitask more than you ever have before. So to see that you already have those good habits in place in high school, they love that. So just do as much as you can without overwhelming yourself. Also, don't stress yourself, it's literally high school. And I'm not saying that high school is not important, but once you leave high school, you sit back and you're like, I was stressed over what? Don't stress about anything that you don't need to, because the real stress is coming, honey. So if you get a bad grade on a test or a quiz, it's not the end of the world. Don't cry about it. Don't think that you're stupid. Take that quiz, take that test, bring it to your teacher, ask them to go over it with you, see where you went wrong, see what you don't understand, write that stuff down. Go over it so that for the next exam, you're 10 times more prepared. One bad test is not gonna ruin you. 2 bad tests, 3 bad tests, 4 bad tests. No amount of it, well, let me not. it takes a while before those bad tests have to start adding up for it to affect you. So I'm just saying that to say don't stress over a bad grade. Also, don't just relax and be like, oh, well, Tot said I could get it. No. Work hard for your grades, but if you do slip up on something where you just didn't understand it, it's okay. Ask for help, study the material, watch YouTube. YouTube has the best videos. I still use YouTube now for all my science classes. Very helpful. So go on there, type in whatever topic you're not understanding, watch videos back to back until you get it. It's gonna be okay. And also by that, you can make connections with your teachers, which is another point. People in high school are always like, oh, this teacher sucks, this person is this, da. But if you were to make connections with your teachers, it will work in your favor. So for example, let's say you make a good connection with your biology teacher, right? And then it's time for y'all to write an essay. So you could be writing your essay, right? And something don't really make sense, but your teacher, because they know you, they understand what you're trying to say. So you get those extra points. While somebody else that they don't know at all, they don't understand what they're trying to say, they don't know where they're coming from, they don't know that they know the material, therefore it's like, no points. And those little points do add up, and that can make up for one of those tests that you might have messed up on. So it's important to make good connections with your teachers, not only for that, but also down the line, you're gonna need them for recommendation letters for college. So you wanna get in good with your teachers as best as you can, make a good relationship with them so that they can write you a good recommendation letter and get you into the colleges that you're trying to get into. Okay, and then also when it comes to grades, just work. So be on top of your stuff. So like in high school and even now, I still have a planner and I use it every class. So when your teacher says, all right, so next, as soon as you hear next Tuesday, next whatever, pull it out, write down whatever they said, write it down in that part of your planner, like whatever day it is. So if it's the 25th, write it on the 25th, and if she says you're gonna have something on the 28th, write it on the 28th too, so that when you open your planner at the beginning of the day on the 28th, you can remind yourself, oh yeah, I have a quiz today, let me re-study everything. And then with your planners, once you get something done, cross it out. Even though that seems stupid, like why would I waste the time to do that? If I finished it, I'll just go to the next one. Seeing things crossed out makes you feel accomplished. Then you're like, oh, I got so much done today, even if you have so much more to do. So yeah, just be organized. Don't have your papers thrown everywhere and anywhere. Try and get a good notebook or 2 or 3. Like I had notebooks for every single class I was in, but I also never carried my backpack around the school because we weren't allowed to. But if you're the type of person that carries your stuff with you, then maybe just get one big binder with separating things. What are those called? Now y'all gonna think I'm dumb. Whatever. Get a big binder to separate the classes that you're in with the separating dividers, and then you can carry that around and you'll have that for each of your classes. Just do something to be organized. Don't throw your stuff everywhere because that's gonna add unnecessary stress to your life that you really do not need. Also, back to friends and stuff like that. Make friends, yeah, of all ages and everything, but when it comes to you being a freshman and then you might be hanging out with some upperclassmen, chill on that. Because I definitely had upperclassmen friends when I was a freshman and a sophomore, but I do think that by only hanging out with people literally 3-4 years older than you, it might rush your life a little bit. The mind state I was in when I was a freshman versus the mind state I was in when I was a senior, completely different state. And even though I was a little bit more mature than people in my grade, that does not mean I was ready to be out here hanging with 17-18-year-olds. So try and chill with people of your age group so that you guys can grow and learn together and not rush your life. Also, girls, young freshmen coming in, do not be doing things with these senior boys. Everybody knows there's always at least one senior boy or an upperclassman in general that's trying to get with an underage girl. Don't do that. It does not give you any brownie points. You're not going to benefit from this as much as you think you might. As cute as he might be, let it go. Because most likely you're going to get your heart broken. It's going to be stressful. You're going to put him over the rest of your priorities and you didn't even start yet. So chill on that. Chill on dating in general until you find somebody that you really feel like, this is my person. Like, I really like this guy or this girl. For more than just looks. Also, don't spend all of high school so stressed out about what major you're gonna choose and what college you're gonna go to and all that. Just figure it out as you go. So I feel like you figure out what you want to do in life by experiences, not by just choosing something or looking something up and being like, oh, that sounds okay. No, because you're gonna end up in a career that you literally despise. It's best to do experiences, so look up shadowing opportunities. Go to a hospital if you might be interested in med. Try and shadow one of your teachers if you can, or someone in the business field, something like that. Experience is the best way to find out what you love. And if by the end of high school you still don't know what you want to do not just pick anything. It's okay to not know what you want to do. Everybody's timeline is not the same for finding your passion in life. Like, that is such a huge deal. That doesn't come to everybody by 17, 18. But what I will say is that you should try to at least take your gen ed, so maybe at your community college or something like that. Try and just get those out of the way so that your mind stays in that school state still. Like, you know, when you go too long without school, you're kind of like, it's not the same. Even that tiny summer break, when you come back from school, you don't know how to write, you be looking like chicken scratch, you don't know how to read, say your name, nothing. So imagine going years without school and then coming back and trying to do calculus or something. Like, take them if you can. And lastly, just have fun. Obviously, that is the most obvious statement I could have said this entire video, but it gets lost sometimes. I think it's really easy to take high school for granted because even if you're working and things like that, the amount of responsibilities that you're gonna have once you get to college doesn't even compare. Why do I keep holding things in my hand? Anyway, the amount of responsibilities that you're gonna have in college don't even compare to the amount of responsibilities that you had in high school. So just try and have fun, make the best of it, do every event that you can, go to prom, go to homecoming, do all those things and make the most of it because these are your memories. And after high school, you're not gonna see a lot of these people again. Even people that you thought were your closest buddies, like your best friend, your sister, you're not gonna see a lot of those people afterwards, and people do continue to switch up. Switching up is not just a middle to high school transition, it's a life transition. In each stage of your life, people are going to switch up on you no matter how much you fight it or you believe in them. It's gonna happen. So just make the best of it now with these people, have fun, don't expect the worst out of them, but I'm just saying that this is the last time that all of these people that you grew up with are all gonna be together before you branch out into a new chapter of your life. So have fun while you can. And that's about it for this video. I'm sure I missed something, so if you have any other questions or need other tips, feel free to DM me, whether you're in middle school, high school, college, anything. I have advice for everybody. So good luck to everybody going back to school this fall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If so, like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that stuff. And yeah, see y'all in the next one.